Well, folks, this is Tory Vent up here in Olympia, Washington, getting ready to do some YouTube entries for the month of September 2022. One I'm going to start out with one here is one of the most famous songs ever written. It's called When You and I Were Young, Maggie, and it was written by George Washington Johnson. Somebody's parents were very fond of our first president, evidently. And it was written in 1864. He was a Hamilton, Ontario school teacher, and he wrote it to his student, Margaret Clark. And they were married. They got married, and then she died the following year in 1865. And he didn't pass away until 1917. So he had a good long life, I guess, without her. And a few years after the song was written, the poem, love poem, a fellow named James Austin Butterfield put it to music, and that's when it became famous. And I've heard this song all my life. They play it at Bluegrass. The better bluegrass players and singers play it. And here's a elusive last verse that most of the time the people don't play it, but now they do. And now, I was told when I started this YouTube channel, your songs are open to the whole world. If you do a song and somebody out there in La La Land happens to think they want to hear that song, they just punch it up on YouTube, and all the artists that have recorded that song will pop up, and you can listen to a variety of people doing the song. But so I've to the point now I've got about 200 songs on YouTube, and what I'm finding out is that the story I heard about people getting millions of views, like the gal that recorded her 75-year-old grandmother singing a song a cappella and got like 10 million views. I thought, well, maybe I get on there and I'll get a few views too. But what I find out really what YouTube's all about is people are trying to make money off of it. And what you do is you get a fan club, and they're called followers. And if you get enough followers in your fan club and enough people look at it, then the YouTube company might pay you a salary like an employee. But I'm really not interested in making any money. I've got all I need for now, and I don't spend much. I have a good time on what I've got. So I'm going to do this song here, start out on the harmonica here. We're going to do it in C sharp on the harmonica and C sharp on the guitar. Okay. Okay, let's see how it sounds on the guitar. Hope we're in tune here. Got about 90 degrees outside today, and I don't have air conditioner, so the house is hotter than Hades. But see if I can keep my vocal cords wet enough to sing it. I wandered today to the hill, Maggie, to watch the scene below, the creek and the old rusty mill, Maggie, where we sat in the long, long ago. The green grove is gone from the hill, Maggie, where first the daisy sprung. The creaking old mill is still, Maggie, since you and I were young. And now we are aged and gray, Maggie, and the trials of life nearly done. But to me you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. A city so silent and lone, Maggie, where the young and the gay and the best in polished white mountains of stone, Maggie, have each found a place of rest, is built where the birds used to play, Maggie, and join in the songs that were sung. For we sang as gay as they, Maggie, when you and I were young. And now we are aged and gray, Maggie, and the trials of life nearly done. But to me you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. They say I am feeble with age, Maggie. My steps are not sprightly as then. My face is a well-written page, Maggie, and time alone was the pen. They say we are aged and gray, Maggie, like the spray from the white breakers flung. To me you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. And now we are aged and gray, Maggie, and the trials of life nearly done. Let us sing of the days that are gone, Maggie, when you and I were young. Well, I'm going to critique it here in just a second. My airway got dry. The heat and the environmental exposure to the dope. I took a walk through the neighborhood, and I've got neighbors that smoke dope after they get off work, the ones that work, and smoke it until they go to sleep or pass out. So you can't walk in the neighborhood without becoming a drug addict, even if you don't like it. It dries your airway, it mobilizes your vocal cords, paralyzes them. Makes it hard to project and make any sound while you're singing, but I'm going to listen to it anyway. If it's not too bad, we're going to go with it. Since I just have a small fan club, I'm not going to be doing this one for millions of viewers for sure. But thank you for listening.